I'm Richard Bolstad, I'm a trainer, and I want to talk to you about preparation. Preparation for the kind of challenges that happen in any person's life. Economic challenges, the challenges of health crises, challenges of conflicts with other people, or the challenge of living in a community where there is some kind of ongoing or sudden conflict. See, the thing is that when you know there's a risk of some kind, usually you prepare by having a first aid kit ready, you prepare by having the resources ready that you're going to need if you face that challenge. Civil Defence recommends that you prepare by having a kit of things that you might need if, for example, the electricity was not available for a few days. But I want to talk to you about something much more important that you can prepare for, and that is to prepare for the emotional impact of those kind of changes that inevitably happen in life. So you have a first aid kit, but do you have a first aid kit for your mind? And that's what I want to show you how to create when I'm training you in resilience. So this training will focus on how do you prepare yourself for the emotional challenges of a crisis, and how do you prepare yourself to help other people who are going through a crisis. So we'll learn skills that get you beyond just managing the crisis. Often when people face a crisis, then they have a time when they can't cope with things, they can't sleep, they can't think clearly, they can't make good decisions, but then they bounce back, they recover. That's called recovery. Some people, a small percentage of people, don't recover. They continue to deteriorate over time. That's called chronic problems or chronicity. But most people manage most crises by being resilient, by bouncing back. It's not easy for a while, but they continue to manage their life, and they have the skills to step back from what's going on in that particular event and understand from a bigger perspective how they could use this crisis for advantage. You know, I teach in all different places in the world, and when I teach in East Asia, they have two Chinese characters for crisis. One of them is the character, the symbol which means danger, and the other one is the symbol that means opportunity. And that's the way I'm encouraging you to think about these crises that happen in life, to think of them as an opportunity. And to think of them as an opportunity means to prepare by having a kit of skills to find the usefulness in whatever happens to you. So that means that you will be able to manage the immediate crisis and help other people manage the immediate crisis. I mean, what do you say if you're dealing with someone who is suddenly in a disaster situation? They're suddenly in the middle of a building that's collapsed. They're suddenly in the middle of a business that's collapsed. What do you say to them immediately? And then I'll show you how to deal with the next couple of weeks when a person is struggling with the memories of what's happened. They're processing those memories in their sleep each night as well as during the day, and how to help people find new and useful ways of managing those challenges that happened in the event in those first few weeks is a unique kind of opportunity. It's an opportunity to reevaluate what's important to them in life, to reconnect with who they are as a person. So I want to show you how to do that, and I also want to show you how to help people who had a crisis a long time ago but they never really recovered, and even people who have gotten worse and worse, who've gotten anxiety about it, who've gotten into a sense of hopelessness or depression about it. I want to show you key skills that would enable you to sit down with someone and take them through a simple process, not some big kind of therapy process, but a simple process that will help their brain recode those experiences so that they can move on with their life. Now, this means that you can use this in your business situations, you can use this in your personal situations, and also, of course, if you work in an area where you help people who are going through crises, these are the skills that you need. The skills that they never really show you often when you learn these other first aid skills, when you learn the civil defence skills for dealing with those major challenges. I know because I work in a lot of places where there are serious challenges. I go into zones where there's been a war, Bosnia-Herzegovina soon after the war there, the area around Chechnya soon after the war there. And I go into places where there's been earthquake or tsunami, in the area of North Japan where people had watched whole cities swept away in front of them. In Christchurch, in my own area in New Zealand, where there was an earthquake that destroyed the centre of the city. In Italy, where just recently there was an earthquake in the centre of the country there. And what I'm showing people how to do is how to be resilient, how to manage that situation in such a way that they come out not just surviving, but they come out with a sense of who they are that's clearer than they had before they went into that crisis. And I invite you to come there for an extraordinary 2 days where we'll go through this whole process of preparing so that you have the resilience to bounce back from a crisis. It's going to help you, it's going to help the people that you work with. It's also going to help the people who are around you and your family and your friends, because those people are an important part of this network that enables resilience to happen as well. Resilience doesn't just happen inside one person, it's about the way that you connect with other people as well. That's why some communities are more resilient than others. I want to show you how to make your community more resilient. I want to show you how to make your family more resilient. And most of all, how to have a sense that you yourself are resilient.